Come on! Hello? Objection, 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 objection. Up. Fudge! Okay. Hello everyone, this is Natnarf Signing back in, and welcome back to... Can you stop with that potential? I've got no things potential in my computer. Anyway, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Rise of the Ashes. Rise from the Ashes, Rise of the Ashes. God dang it. Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. How can you immediately notice that? It's in the dark. So the jar was already broken? It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You're an ace detective who never miss a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. Yes, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. Don't face sideways. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Oh god. Well, that helps my case. Nana, you did that for me. It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. I don't know where you put your Baymax so small. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. Oh yes, it is. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Excuse you. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Darky killed Persecutor Marshall... No, I need it. You wouldn't have wiped away the blood. Ah, wait. Hold on, she just needs my telephone. Hello, hello, baby. Not you, telephone. Jeez. Here you are. You wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm quite sure I got them all. Alright, how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, that's right. Even I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry my bottle of emergency lumina wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. No, unfortunately not. All I could think about was wiping away them clean before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes. I didn't have any excuses for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. And we'd make it. After we've gotten to the bottom of this case. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this right away. The right way, right away. What? I think I've finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. We didn't get all of it. not get all of it. See? This guy, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief GANT's safe. In Chief GANT's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene of the crime. Chief GANT got there before you. But couldn't the defendants have simply missed the place? Nope. I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are far too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. Oh god. Yeah. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There was no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar, unless another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I would not imply that this person was Grant. At the time, he was looking for a dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? I didn't click yet. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer that? No. Why don't you have a chain reaction face right there? Everyone does have one. How you don't have? Wait, I'm the one on the I'm not the one on trail here. Damon Guard arrived at the witness. You proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication. But why would Chief GANT do that? In the light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought GANT's aid. Lending her his aid, GANT helped her create evidence that incriminated Darky, sparing Emma. And here is the reason. The reason why Miss Guy became the Chief's puppet. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Visitors make up the most foul lies to defend their client. Unless, imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to do. Oh, come on! Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of GANT's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana? Maybe I after all. Huh? What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I don't remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Cross-examine may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright. The witness may testify once more for the final time. Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Darky were unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I don't need that there. I had Chief GANT help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it already was fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. But I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? Where? Where? Is it that book? Where? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. None of us have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. You remember us, right? Please present this picture. What picture are you talking about? Wait. I only got a book. I didn't receive a picture. Come on, man. I only got a book. Receiving any pictures from Lana. I'm sure she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. You check out the evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Not you. How do you check this? There's no picture. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, gore. There's a picture here. Oh, gore. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. That's because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I rearranged the scene. Yes, Mr. Wright? The piece cut out from his chest. Could that be the cloth we found inside Chief GANT's safe? What's this? It's a handprint. But tough. It had fingerprints on it. Whose ever fingerprint those must be the real Riddler. Ouchie. But those fingerprints are yours, Emma. Oh no. They're yours. Why are lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with it. No long as you tell the truth. You should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine it. Begin to cross. Shite. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body. Oh God, who did that? Oh, not you. Come now, Ergie. This is the poorest excuse for trial I've ever seen. You've got. What? Now you want to make me out as a bad guy? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two to my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined testimony. That means you forfeited. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be the risk the judge was talking about. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Oh God, you're ugly. Huh, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence should do all the taking for me. Talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean have some conclusive evidence? I don't, but someone does. Me! So then, what's your excuse, righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocks over Neil Marshall causing his death. Conclusive evidence. That leaves no room of doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Just say so. We'll show that piece of evidence now. Emma's sure to be make out the murderer. If you have any more evidence, present it now. If you try to conceal, I'm not gonna try to conceal it. I was gonna make the guy comply. I was gonna make her state it out. If you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? One that shows the real kill the Bushfires of Marshall. Just show it. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. If I finally come to show it to them, those men have got to be there. Nope! Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered the prosecutor Marshall. I'm dead. That's a piece of leather clothing? Yes, it was likely cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left by whoever shoved the victim onto the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are these? I'm sure Wright has checked. Haven't you? Well, who are they? They're Miss Skies. Miss Emma Skies. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forced it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma's tie to Neil Thrasher's death. Did I really make a mistake? It appears we have our killer. Near. Oh no, I'm not ugly. I'll say please. Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana was found guilty. Really? Ah, dang, I lost. I lost? Okay. I will not present it. Dang, yes. What to do now? Okay, I make a wrong decision. Cannot show evidence. Your Honor, I do not have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief GANT? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. Oh, you saying everything. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about? Chief GANT? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like a part of it has been cut off for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? This means you, a chief of police, concealing evidence. You're going to be the biggest scandal in history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal, right-ho? Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean, you admit to it? No, he admit to hiding the damn evidence. I was the first person to arrive at the scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew, Lana. If I made it look like the blame, if not like the blame lay with her sister, when she saw the scene, she would ask for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Darky convicted. When we arranged the crime scene, I had hid 2 pieces of evidence. I did this before Lana arrived at the scene. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those 2 items in your safe. But why? For insurance. Of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that got committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most eligible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go wipe the blood off the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too? Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more items for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Wrighto, cough it up already. I know you haven't. I'm gonna die. I don't have a bracelet. Doink. Hey, don't wipe your mouth on me. Jeez. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So, you admit to it then, Chief Guy, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Isn't that already it? Just 1 moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Wrighto. You should have shown it to them before it was too late. It's been a long battle, but you just gave yourself up. You just gave yourself up. And why you make the toys fall? The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up this victory is mine. I don't know. Okay, I can save here again. Okay. Why? Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. I think I'm going to lose again, isn't it? No, I think it's wrong. Hold on. Reset. I think it's wrong. Hold on. Hold on a moment. Nope, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it just exploded that poor girl's fingerprints. Right. Think hard over the circumstances. Circumstances? I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? So, I had to figure out my blobs. Ah! Dang it. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, You personally cut out this piece of victim of the victim. Cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes. At least you finally brought it out into open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecutor the handprint on the fire thread. Strong impact for the left of the. Nope. You mean could have been forged. It could have been authentic. Oh, oh, oh. You're so slow on the take up as ever, worthy. What? Oh no. Wrong button. Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints must belong to must be the real killer. Whose fingerprints are they? Oh god. Very well. I'll tell you. Be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person who these fingerprints belong to are... Emma? Emma Sky? Mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I just knew it. Oh, oh, oh. Really something. You knew the girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. So this is true. Johnny Betrayal. The girl really did show Prosecutor Marshall this. Hold it! How could you? You missed her! This guy? You knew whose fingerprints theirs were, and yet you acted like she really did you? No. This guy. It's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha! But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to progressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter, cat gadget? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into murder? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Near Marshall? What? Chief GANT, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who really the murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? No. I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. That's right. This piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict? Returning. Don't throw. Continue. Oh god, I didn't read it. Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth! Wait. There's no blood on it! Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief GANT, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said the person proceed to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only a moment ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Though the very act of creating insurance through the victim, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Oh god, you look ugly. Seriously ugly. It's finished. You're fried chicken. Objection what? Oh my god. Oh god. This goes right there. You almost had me. Sorry. But you have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean by refute your allegations? You see that piece of cloth? It is illegal evidence. Order, order! What nonsense is that? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji, earlier, old writer here concealed that evidence of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, writer? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I do not have any evidence I can present at this point in time. He's not reading properly, isn't he? That's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Oh, did you actually think you could you could beat me in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, son. Nope, it's not. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Edward? True. Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Illegal evidence. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Miss Wright? Oh no. It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, you admit to it. That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. I did not. Heartily, I refused to present evidence at one point. Aha! So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. What? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence. No, Archie, don't listen to these lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't let him. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation, do so now. Ouch, my ears. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingers were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in the book. The second rule of evidence law. Your face! Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. And I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence is presented must be relevant to the case in trial. And here is the crux. Here is the crux of the matter. I can't. You see, at that time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was this picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Demon GANT. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut this out a piece of evidence from the victim's vest. Oh yes. You just you just get in your own trap, didn't you? No. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there is only one person who could do it. Would that be Demon GANT? The killer was you. No. Don't freak out now. Oh my god. You know you're gonna clap your hands off, right? Oh my god. You're getting uglier by the minute. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. Oh, him. Me? That good for nothing scum. That's not good. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on... Oh god, what are you doing? On hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star and convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went to him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? Can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He told me to open up the evidence room and take it out. It's not too late. I'll hand this to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a little panicked too. I had a bad feeling about it, but I never knew it would come to this. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife. Oh god. I couldn't just pull it out. You had only increased the blood you couldn't finish what you started. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I was wiping it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my mistake. Detective Gumshoe's bloody handprint. I used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing that. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, we couldn't think of any other way to move the body. We broke the trunk, but what's the big deal? You pulled down a lot more than us, detective. You idiot! What does this have to do with anything? You're horrible. How could you get this Miss Guy involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's offer? I feel bad for having to do it. No, you don't. I couldn't sit around and pick and choose what to take. Well, you left the you left the fragment and gloves. You left the jar fragment. God dang it. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. Must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, what are you doing in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and we're the same. One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what is needed. What's needed, not what is needed. Oh God. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, G? What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, them and GANT. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, G. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. These are two around, you can't go wrong. You see, if I listen carefully, I can hear it right now. The sound of a new beginning. You're weird. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon GANT betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky? What's someone? Oh, sipon at seman. What kind of music is that? What is that? You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. And all that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had GANT helped me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. Hey! I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh, the smile! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. The sky. And to you too, Mr. Edward. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break. It already did, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. No, he didn't guide me. I guided him. You've done well, Mr. Stop it. I only did my job. No, you're just shy. Come on. You can't resist the smile of a woman. In the light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us, even you, Molly. Miss Sky, yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Oh, is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? Oh, why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Aww. Well, this trial has gone on for far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty. Yes! I got the right one this time. I'm not stupid. I already am though in the beginning. This is all. That is all. The court is adjourned. Finally! February 25, 5:03 p.m. That took so long. It for 5 hours. Did anyone actually take a chair break? Defendant lobby number 2. At least the judge had the chair break. At long last, it's finally over. Why are you still crying? Why? Long face. I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edward. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Done so well. You know, I did my best too, but Anna didn't say a single word to me. And again! I hope it. Oh no! I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back. No, just stay here. I don't think they'll come to what. Yeah. You're doing this. Yeah. I make the detective run around all wild. At the time of when you call me here, I've seen help you. Hey, lighten up. I'm only kidding. Are you becoming my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Aww. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. Day. It was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, ask GANT to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. Oh no. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you're only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day, and hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Aww. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't apologize. I'm happy now. You are? I mean, you're happy? What the heck is that? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Aww, the beautiful smile. Oh, Emma. Emu. Ah, that's love right there. That's real love right there. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make it up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes? Yes. Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our path. When once we found our path, we can move on from our past mistakes toward a brighter future and forget about Gumshoe again in the sea. At least that's what I felt looking at those two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe, me. Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edward? Ah, he's in the background. Stop hiding and come over here. Why are you angry? Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations on what? Yes, the Baymax and the Minion. Thank you, Mr. Edward. How about me? Right. Well, I'll be going out. No, don't go. Come back here. Mr. Edward, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. Hey, you're still here. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. But you used to write all that ton to report now. It's too late for me. Hey, no matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't change my own mistakes. Mr. Edward, not only for that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief GANT was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and we are the same. One day you'll understand if you want to take them on or not. No, don't eat that. You'll figure out what needed. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting. And in order to fight crime, one needs a weapon. Don't eat this. You're not. One needs a weapon. You need the rice, Tiny. I was scared, but I've been thinking the same thing for quite some time now. But Edward, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief GANT did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edward, don't you understand? Damon GANT and your mentor, Manfred von Kamm, were both the best when it came to finding crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight the crime alone, one needs a weapon. That may be right, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise could have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? How can you so smartly? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this? Pop quiz? I'm gonna start. Show him what Lana's talking about. Oh, shite. Oh, no. No. Oh, wait, Tiny, wait. Sorry. Wait. What happened to the battery? No. Wait. Wait, the battery. It's the battery. No, just wait. It's battery.
No. It's mine.
Wait.
Take coins. Come on. Better place. Do. Down this scale, it's coins. No coins to take.
Sorry.
Not this way.
I know. Sorry. Yeah. evidence that neither Ned nor I would have been able to find on our own. Where'd it go? Here. That's the picture I drew. Oh no, not that. That our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the list and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Edward. Aww. Don't make that weird face now. It's time for me to go. Oh, you're shy! Mr. Edward. If you'll excuse me, there's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Hey, don't be shy. Come back here. Edward, what will you do now? He's angry. Okay. That's the fish aquarium thingy. Well, whatever you do, just remember, what happened in this trial can either make or break you as a prosecutor. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. But what if what I face now is my own problem? Edward, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Stop going back and forth now. I better be getting back too. Okay. I'll come visit you. It seems we both still have a lot to learn. Ah, what did you hit me for? Here, this is a little something for you. Another book? Ah, scientific investigation. How many things do you have up your sleeves? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Stop the smiling! And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Goddamn Larry Bets, a journey to rediscover myself. Hey! Don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be let out, of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. What? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. You don't tell me you passed them. Ah! It wasn't cheap. Oh no, I'm gonna have to pay for it. Ah! Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Well, yeah. You see, Mr. Wright here is the one who will be. Ah, shite you! Huh? Huh? What do you think? What? You think I could afford that with my salary? You gotta be kidding me. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Since we're all here, why don't we all go together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. No! Nope. What that goddamn button again? What's that button? What's the button? What's the Y button? Oh, W. Okay. Y button. Objection! 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 Oh man, how am I gonna do this? Come on! Hello, objection, 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 objection. Fudge you! I think Emma will be pleased. Oh wait. This affair has pretty much just made my day. Still, I managed to find my way back to the fields of... Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Planning. Takeshi Yamazaki. Design, Kazuya Nuri. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end though, may overlook my unauthorized investigation of the police office. If we penalize you for any more, it would be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show you can't shake me off that easy. Yep. Art. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Who's Billy? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. What are you talking about? The cactus? So them though, I was something gonna make it take there. Says sir, then I can just be that dick cum shoe. Oh come on. What the Billy are you talking about? The cactus? Oh god. Mascot. It's gonna die, isn't it? Yep, it's it. Aya. Hitoshi Sakai. Oh! What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in between. She's seeing one of the kids. A cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Make sure Billy and the gang get their water. Oh god, it's a cactus! Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Why? As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The Wright Way lunch. Aww. Top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. He seems to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller on this next time. Make sure not to eat it backwards. Okay. I will regret the saltiness, won't I? I'll never forget what you young defense lawyer said after the trial. What? Let's see what his name again. Ah, Mr. Left. Anyway, he said he's been doing or something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gravel. Sorry, gotta go. My gravel. What did the gavel? You don't need it. Every courtroom has a gavel. You don't need to bring your own one, isn't it? Oh Maya! And nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing Nick and his objections. Still, I can't go back until I'm for full-fledged spirit medium. Maya! Afternoon training's about to begin. Well, see you around, Nick. What the heck? How do you know I'm here? Oh no, wait. How did he get there? Mr. Edward. What the? Mr. Edward, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Nah, that's not letter of resignation, is it now? Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Aww. But what do I have to open here for? Oops. Oh, it's a letter. Oh, it's so cute. Look. Aww. Nah, that just can't. You cannot. Okay, that suits my heart. Okay, now I'm calm. Thank you for showing me that cute picture. Dun, 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 dun. Aw, that's just cute in every way. I still am pissed. Well, anyway, I think I'll say this again. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I did have a bit of trouble with the blowing of the objection just then, but yeah. And my sore throat already because of that. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll say this again. I will be doing Miles Edwards Investigations 2. Not the first one, but 2. The second one. The fan translated version. It's not official, so. But it's been done. It was fully done since February. And I did promise I will play that, so I won't go back. But if anyone asks me to play the other series, I will do so, but in a sideline. But I will still upload them if necessary. So yeah. If you like this video, just simply wave your Sorcerer's wand over to the like button and hit subscribe button for more videos to come. Until then, this is Natnarf signing off. Bye bye.